How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael Joyce, and I'm the founder of EMOTO Supply Co. We're here in our flagship store here in Water Street Tampa. I'm joined today with Matthew.
Hello, I'm Matthew. I'm the head of dealer operations and service here at EMOTO.
And today we're with one of my personal favorites, and this was one of our original bikes that we launched EMOTO with around 2 years ago. This is the CAKE Ösa, and the specific version that we're looking at today is the Flex version. So this is registered as a moped. It's a very Scandinavian design bike, as you can see with this modular frame. The reasoning behind that is for accessorizing and really having this whole adjustable frame where these are called clamps, and you could put on various different types of accessories, move things around, but it's a very versatile product. We're actually the North American service partners for CAKE. So CAKE went through some financial struggles back at the start of 2024, and they ended up filing for bankruptcy. They were purchased out of bankruptcy by a group in the Netherlands, and that is bringing the company back over the next couple years. And we ended up acquiring all of their assets here in North America and have became their North American service partner. And really the entire goal behind our CAKE acquisition was we know the product very well. It's a phenomenally designed and built product, and what the acquisition has ultimately given us the ability to do is, one, act as someone to lean on for the service side of these bikes for really any CAKE consumer that's bought, but also with our inventory purchase, it's given us the opportunity to offer this amazing product at the price point really where it needed to be. I mean, that's a little bit more affordable to the consumer to get such a phenomenally built bike. And so we'll walk you guys through today this Ösa platform. There's the Ösa standard or light version. That's this configuration we're looking at right here, but they also do have the Ösa Plus version, and that is a full street legal motorcycle that goes up to 56 miles an hour. And so we're gonna walk through a couple different touch points, and then we'll do a ride review, and that'll give you guys a full overview of this CAKE Ösa. All right, so the first thing we're gonna talk about today is the consumer fit and use case. And so the bike you're looking at right now, again, this is the Ösa Flex version, and this is the standard configuration. But when CAKE developed this product, it has this modular frame that was built for not only accessorizing, but also for commercial uses. So outside of the configuration you're looking at right now, they also have what's called the Ösa Work. And so that was built with a chain drive instead of a belt drive, and it's really for more of a commercial use. And so for last mile delivery in New York. In Scandinavia, they actually have setups to where someone could put a large rear work carrier and take wood into the forest, and you can actually plug an inverter into this battery and use it for different types of tools. And really, it's just a very versatile platform overall. But if you're looking at this product as far as something to commute with, to get you from A to B, it's a great platform for that. We have a lot of clients throughout the US that have purchased, I think we're close to selling 100 units at this point of this Ösa, but a lot of people like it if you're a couple. It's a very well-built platform for two people. Weighs right around 180 pounds, but whenever you ride this bike, it's definitely a step up from a pedal electric bike. It's very solid. It has a front and rear suspension. When you're doing 28, 30 miles an hour and you hit a pothole, you don't really feel it. And so we'll get into the suspension and all that a little bit more, but again, a phenomenal commuter bike. You can set it up with a rear seat and a front basket or a rear basket. And again, all these different commercial use cases, which feel free to check out the accessories on our website, and feel free to inquire if you have any other questions about how you can accessorize the Ösa. But that's really what it comes down to, the use case. It's very versatile, whether that be a commuter use case or a commercial use case, this will get the job done. All right, so next we're gonna talk about the display here. I'm gonna let Matthew run you guys through the display.
Excellent. So yeah, with this display, you have a nice, clear, sharp-looking display to make it very easy to see. With this display, you have a nice power button you power the bike on with, and once you power it on, it's gonna have a pin code that Michael just put in for you. Once you have the actual pin put in, you're gonna see where it has a nice, big, large odometer and or speedometer on there, so you can clearly see how far you've gone and how fast you're going. It has a nice, crisp-looking battery indicator. You can also change your ride mode on the fly while you're riding.
Yeah, and the noise that you guys hear in the background, it vibrates the bike slightly so that obviously you can't hear it. You know when it's on, and don't walk away from it and leave it on. So I'll turn it off now. So so next we're going to talk about speed and registration classes. And so like I mentioned in the beginning, this comes as a moped, which goes up to 28 miles an hour, and that would be the Osa Flex here. And it also comes in a Plus version, which is a full street legal motorcycle. And the main differences between the two, it's not a lot when it comes to motor, drivetrain. The main differences are a larger battery and an unlock software for the Plus version. So you're going to have a 70 amp hour battery on the Plus version, and a 50 amp hour battery on the Flex version as you're looking at right here. And then the other main difference with the Plus model is it's going to have higher front forks. So just a little bit more stable in the front end when you're going those higher speeds. But again, talking about the ride look and feel, it really is very comfortable. You can put up to, I believe, 1,000 pounds on this platform. So easy for 2 passengers, especially if you're running around the city. So it's a good option here in Florida specifically if you're looking to save money on car insurance and find a more affordable way to get around. All right, so next we're going to talk about the range and battery here on this Osa.
So this Osa has a 50 amp hour battery on it. That's going to get you about 57 miles of charge. You can also get the XL battery that is a 70 amp hour battery that can get you 69 miles per charge.
Yeah, and this is also fully removable and swappable. So if you wanted to get an extra battery and battery swap them, or if you live in an apartment building and need to take the battery upstairs with you to charge, you're fully able to do that. Bring it down, put it in the bike, and lock it into place so that you don't run the risk of battery theft. All right, so next we're going to talk about the drivetrain here on the Osa.
So we're going to go through a couple parts of this drivetrain. So we're going to talk about your suspension first. So we have a coil shock on the rear. We also have a coil shock on the front. Very robust motorcycle grade suspension. We also have hydraulic motorcycle grade driven brakes, front and rear. We also have the Town and Country tires that are very versatile. They're actually motorcycle grade also, so they're going to be long lasting and really tough and robust.
Yeah, and then also with this mid-mounted motor here, you can choose between a belt drive and a chain drive. The difference would be the type of model. So this right here has the belt drive on it. This is the standard Osa Flex version. But if you'd like to go with the Osa Flex Work, which is the commercial version, you can switch over to a chain drive. It really just depends on what your preference is. This is very quiet. The chain makes a little bit of noise, but really just comes down to preference. The chain also has less maintenance. All right, so next we're going to talk about accessorizing the Osa here. And as I mentioned earlier, modularity was the real focus of Stefan Jetterbahn whenever he came out with this Cake Osa here. And really the whole concept is the frame can be customizable in over 1,000 different configurations. And so these are clamp systems. So if you like to change your accessory or even like your seat positioning, you can adjust it forward and backward here on the frame to come up with the perfect fit for you. And then they have this clamp system, which has universal accessories that fit right into it. And so, for example, if you wanted to use this as a commuter bike and put a basket on there to run to work and back, but then come home and want to take your significant other out to a date, you could come in and basically swap out the basket for the seat in less than 30 seconds and be on your way. And so again, very versatile. When you look at the commercial version, the Osa Work, you can put actually front work carrier and rear carrier. When we even have customers with Domatec heated and cooled box to do Uber Eats delivery. And again, tons of different configurations. And one of the really cool things is that it does have a cigarette lighter and a USB input on the battery here. So for example, that Domatec box that is heated and cooled plugs directly into the battery so that you can utilize it throughout your day of work as a delivery driver. All right, so let's talk through price point and the current warranty situation with Cake. And so originally the Osa Flex retailed at $88.80 and the Plus version was all the way up to $12,000. And again, speaking to our acquisition of the assets here in North America, it really gave us the opportunity to bring the price point down to the point where it makes a lot of sense for the consumer. With that being said, the Cake products we sell do not come with a warranty, yet we have all of the parts that are necessity for the Osa here in stock. And we also have a direct relationship with Cake and their service partners over in Sweden. So we source parts on a monthly basis, and our new retail price is at $49.90 here for the Flex. And then we go up to $54.90 for the Plus model. I mean, we have around, I believe, 30 units total left here in the US before Cake starts back up into production here over the next couple years. And we'll keep you guys in the loop with that situation. But again, phenomenal product for the price point. And we're really fortunate to be able to get this in the hands of the consumers and get everyone to have as much joy that we've had with this Cake product here. So thank you guys for checking in on our review portion. We're going to do the ride review here next. If you are interested in Cake, feel free to check out our website. website, rideemoto.com. We ship direct to consumer nationwide, and we have customers all over the place. Again, we've probably sold about 80 to 100 Osas at this point. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the ride review. All right, so let's do a ride review on the Osa here. This is our demo bike. It's gotten a little beat up over a year or so. We've been doing test rides on it. So to power up the Osa, you start with on switch here. As I was mentioning, some cool things. Got a cigarette lighter, USB lighter here, and then there is actually an inverter that will plug into the main power cord. Get 1500 or 3000 watts coming off the battery to run whatever. So even like here in Florida during the hurricanes, we actually had a couple people buy inverters and use them for power when their power went out. So got this one plated. This is the Flex, it does 28 miles an hour. So let's go ahead, turn the kill switch off and get it powered up here. This is the V1 display. We have some Osas with V1 and then V2 displays. The V2 display looks like the Maka over here, so doesn't have buttons on it. You use an actual fob to open it. But this V1 display has basically a pin that you set to turn it off and turn it on. So this one's in kilometers an hour. We have to hook it up to a computer to switch it over to miles per hour. But let's go ahead and jump on for a quick ride. We'll run through some more controls. So we just have turn signals, then you push it and turn it off. This is bright light, horn, kill switch on this side, obviously throttle over here. But I wish you guys could be sitting along for the ride today on this. That's really the best part of these Osas. I just dropped one off the other day and the customer was so blown away by how it's like riding butter. All right, let's hit a quick ride review. So I'm gonna hit it right here from the get-go. I got it in ride mode 3 here. But this is, again, the Flex model. Same drivetrain as far as motor, a little smaller battery, and then the front forks don't come up as high, but it is still the same motor. It puts out close to the same wattage as the Plus version. It's basically just governor down, so it'll cut off right at 46 kilometers an hour, aka 28 miles an hour, so that it can be registered as a 49cc alternative here in the US, so that you can not have an M1 endorsement and register it to get around. That's what it is here in the state of Florida. That's how it's got a moped plate on it. So indicators on the display, we have obviously speed, modes, battery, basically just I guess this is just a fairly simple slider showing you how much battery you have left. We got the turn signal button over here. This is the brights, and then check engine light. So basically make your turn, tip off the turn signals, and then get going. This is, again, I wish you guys could feel the actual suspension. It is so smooth. That is one thing that Cake did far superior to pretty much anything else that I've been on. So they put a lot of research and development into an extremely solid and comfortable ride experience. I mean, this bike weighs about 180 pounds, so if you're comparing it to a pedal electric bike, it's, you know, more than 2x the weight of one of those. Obviously, motorcycle brakes, Cake's internally designed forged aluminum frame, and then it's got, you know, rear shock and front shock, so it's pretty smooth when you get up and running. Doing a quick ride here to Harbor Island. We're on Water Street right now, downtown Tampa. Get up and going here. We'll go over the bridge and loop back around. So where this was developed in Scandinavia, they actually, they have it extremely, I think it's IP67, I can't remember the exact water rating, but it's the highest level of water rating due to being used in the snow, and they actually do make studded snow tires for the Osa so that people could commute during the middle of the winter in Scandinavia. It's like 65 here today, and I'm a little cold, so I can't imagine what their commute's like. little bit of a whirl. It's got the belt drive, so it's a little quieter than the chain drive, but not much difference. It really all just depends on preference of what ride mode you care about. Very fun commuter bike though. Definitely get the job done if you live in a community, have a short commute, live in a downtown core. Let's test these brakes out real quick. I'm gonna hit them. So I mean it'll lock up that rear tire. This doesn't have ABS brakes. There's no real need for them. The Flex model, really not even the Plus model. Do highway speeds. Plus model only does 56, but they definitely are touchy. If you need to stop, you can get that done. We probably sold around 100 Osas at this point, between the Plus and the Flex version. Got customers all over the United States, and you know, most people have never had the opportunity to even ride one of Cake's products due to them having only stores in New York and LA and then a handful of dealers throughout the US. So the experience normally is consumer making the jump, and as soon as they get it and uncrate it, they're in love with the ride. I don't think we've had a single person not happy with the quality of these products, especially now with the new MSRPs. So yeah, we do ship these direct to consumer. They come to your house in a crate. The Osa actually doesn't really require any assembly outside of putting these rear mirrors on, any accessories that you might purchase with the bike. So it's got a front windshield and a rear seat clamp. A handful of different configurations that we carry online, and we work with CAKE Service Co out of Sweden, source any additional parts or accessories that we don't have in stock. So there's nothing not to love about this ride and getting around. Back up here into Water Street, downtown Tampa. Store's down here on the corner of the Asher building. If you're local, feel free to stop by and you can try the cake out whenever you'd like. So it actually does not require a motorcycle endorsement. You just need to have a license. It does make a bit of a vibration and a noise while it's on, just to make sure that you know the bike is on and don't walk away from it with it on. I guess that's a pretty easy thing to do, considering there is no sound. So thank you guys for tuning in. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. We're happy to answer them, or go to our website, rideemoto.com. We're happy to answer anything. We have multiple service techs on our team that can answer questions about Cake product. If you're interested in a bike, you can feel free to check out our website or give us a call at 813-285-4445. Thank you guys for tuning in.